Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, I want to welcome everyone indeed to this second Shinkafi Intelligence and Security Summit. And we do believe that this summit will bring very, very important deliberations that will bring progress, unity, and peace to our dear country, Nigeria. This event is in celebration of the life of a distinguished man, Her Excellence. I'm talking about the late Alhaji Umaru Aliyu Shinkafi.
Thank Almighty Allah for sparing our lives to witness the first hybrid physical events of the summit in this trying period of insecurity being witnessed in our dear country.
Then, while we are speaking about insecurity, there is a need for us to generally speak about the causes of insecurity, which are not limited to endemic poverty, pervasive illiteracy, social inequality, poor economic infrastructure, environmental degradation, drug abuse, climate change. But the most important thing that I want we to understand is the issue of governance. The reason why we have the issue of insecurity in the nation is mainly because of bad governance, be it at the national level or at the sub-national level. And this has started long ago. We can't blame particular government, and there is a need for us to holistically address the issue of insecurity.
Nigeria belongs to all of us. How exactly do we begin to show or crave for that sense of belonging within the Nigerian state enough to speak and be heard? And that is exactly the dilemma of every citizen of this country. Whether you're talking about the Fulani man, you're talking about a herder, you're talking about anybody from any part of the country.
We're also experiencing a collapse in the educational system. Between 2014 to 2021, about 1,000 students have been kidnapped from schools. And when these students are kidnapped, their captors warn them, because I've spoken to quite a few, that if they see them in schools again, they are going to kill them. And as such, a lot of students or a lot of children have dropped out of school because of this threat.
Come to 2019, you have over 4,000 incidents involving over 7,000 victims. And the ransom demanded actually came down to 20 billion. This summit couldn't have come at a better time than now, where strategic stakeholders come together to engage and discuss on the way forward.
Someone that is used to using AK-47 to collect 20, 30, 40 million naira, how you expect that person to go back to a normal life? The network of banditry and kidnapping is so sophisticated that they are always one step ahead. Intelligence is key. We must provide real-time processed intelligent information to deploy whatever technological equipment we can get to stop this.
Association, advocacy, and agitations within the context of the law must be such arrangement that should naturally translate to nation building. When you talk of NSAS, for example, it translated into massive loss of lives and properties. When you talk of association that is rooted in Boko Haram, it translated eventually into disruption of our entire educational system.
Definitely this topic is very timely as it is right now. So before I move on, I want us to say after me, Nigeria will not affect my mental health negatively. It's very important every morning you wake up you say that, because as it is right now, you are just a thin line away from being depressed, having anxiety, maybe abusing substance of any format, and maybe dealing with any post-traumatic stress disorder.
I don't believe that we don't have the capability. We have. Somebody cannot just pick 500 students from a place and move, nobody say anything. When my sister was kidnapped, I was crying, and then in the evening I said, what am I doing? I'm a geospatial remote sensing expert. And then I opened my laptop, I went to image that we have, and I was checking. I look at the forest, I know where the forest is, I can digitize the extent, I can digitize the road where they pass through, but who do I give the information to? Nobody. Because I was afraid of giving it to police, since my brother that was negotiating, they told him that you are tracking us. So I was afraid of giving the information.
I'd like to say a few words about the famous Umaru Shinkafi Marafa Sokoto. I learned so much from Marafa, and I have tremendous respect for him, and I wish everybody a very good deliberation during the summit.
The military and the police should collaborate to train the vigilante groups for the protection of their immediate communities. I do not see how banditry and kidnapping can flourish unchallenged if every community in Nigeria has a functional, well-trained vigilante group. I suspect that late Elijah Umaru Shinkafi would have brought into this grassroots innovation if he was alive.
We are talking about insecurity today. We have listened to the data from the DSS, and it is right to say that Nigeria is facing an insecurity pandemic. It is facing an insecurity pandemic in which hundreds of Nigerians, literally hundreds of Nigerians, are killed every single month.
We value Elijah Umaru Shinkafi Marafa Sokoto so highly in Sokoto, and we have to immortalize his name, named our state polytechnic after him, and where he served as pioneer pro-chancellor of the state university, was named the Senate building after him.
The issue of banditry is something that very delicate. Some of the Fulani will come forward and say they have repented, but unfortunately they will go. As I've said, when we started this issue of a dialogue and reconciliation, many of them come forward and they try to subscribe to our initiative, but unfortunately some of them, once we allow them go back to the forest, they will go and take back arms with them.
Many people will have wished to come or to join because we are celebrating somebody who has had a profound influence on the lives of so many, and is remembered for his patriotism, for his nationalism, and for his commitment to the country. And as we pray, may God give him Al-Jannah Firdaus, and also continue to bless all those whom he left behind.
5 years ago, we lost our father, an amazing man, a grandfather, our mentor, our advisor, our rock in so many ways. In those 5 years, our country has been through very trying times, and I urge that we continue to share our stories in a positive way, because if we don't, people will share it for us. More specifically, I'd like to thank Their Excellencies, all the panelists, my friend, my colleague, the organizing committee. Thank you so much.